Welcome back to Esox Explore. This is part 2 of a 5-part series in regards to having the right lures for your trip. I do want to go on record as saying that I have no sponsors. Any products mentioned, again, are my personal preference. They are proven to me. So these are ones that I personally would recommend off of personal experience. Let's kind of jump right into the surface baits. Tail spinners. The only two tail spinners that I use are, one company is Lake X Lures. They have the Cannonball Junior, and the Fat Bastards are the ones that I use. Here's just one of them that I use. Really like the tail action on these things. If you notice, the hook does not hit the tail. What you can do, and what I've done also, is on this split ring, it's nice, is adding another split ring to that split ring just to hang that hook back a little bit further. That allows that hook to actually tick the blade as it turns, giving it a little bit more sound. The other tail surface bait that I really like, and it does tick on its own the way it comes and everything, is the Pacemaker by Ty Sennett. Ty did a great job on this one. This is one of the old original wooden ones that they had. Still catching fish, still a great bait for me and everything. As you can kind of see, that hook hits that tail, adds that click. You can actually hear that as it coming through the water. But those are the two surface tail spinners that I personally use. Now we'll go to a head spinner. If you can find them, Slammer Tackle Thunderheads. These guys have kind of the same concept and everything as a tail spinner. This bait right here in particular moved a giant on Manaki for me years ago. That's just an awesome bait if you can find them. I don't believe that Bill has these anymore, but if you can find these online, some guys have them yet. Another great bait, all wood, excellent bait. And if you can hear some of the squeak and everything, that is something that I really like on some of those baits when they kind of get worn in and they start squeaking. Now we'll move to slow movers. A lot of guys out there making slow movers, flap tails, things like that. I haven't gotten into that. I'm not into that craze. I'm old school. You can say, oh, still? Yep, the old creeper. This is going to be the made by Hi-Fin. They have this one. They have the jointed version, which was the Hogbuster. But this thing is a real slow mover, just a blop, blop, blop action to it and everything. Drives the fish nuts. Have to have a lot of patience for that one, as with the original Hog Wobbler. Of course, as you can see, both of those are black. I highly like black on my top waters. These guys do extremely well. One thing that I do with the Hog Wobbler, what they didn't have in the past, is I added a split ring to it. Makes it a lot easier getting your snap on and off of that thing, and actually adds a little bit more action to that bait. Allows it a little more free moving. As you know, patience with those two styles of baits. Walkers. Top water walkers. The only one that I use is, actually there's two of them, but the one that I use most is the original Weagle, Steve Katie's original Weagle. I had a friend of mine, Steve Jonasy, he was a guy down in Iowa years ago, got me this guy, original wood one. Fantastic bait. The Weagle is now made by the Suick Lure Company out of Anago, Wisconsin. But if you can find the original Steve Katie Weagles, these things are awesome. Have caught a lot of fish on these things. Do real well with those. The other one that I would highly recommend would be the One-Eyed Willie by Stealth Tackle. It's a 9-inch, 6-ounce bait. A lot like the Weagle and everything. Awesome bait. What a lot of guys don't talk about is gear ratios to use on their reels as far as the baits go. I go a 6:2 to 1 on my tail spinners, just kind of keep them moving a little bit. I don't like using a 6:2 to 1. I think it's too fast on my walk the dog baits and my slow movers. Too difficult for me personally to slow down enough. I mean, I get excited and everything. I dropped down to like a 4:7 to 1, one of the old original Abu 6500s Cs from the early mid 1980s. Bulletproof reels, have a number of those things. Absolutely love those things. Easy to work, awesome reel to use. But if you can slow those things down, use that slower gear ratio, personal preference again on that, that is going to be, I think, key for you as far as the success goes with those slow moving top waters. For the baits, availability, Team Rhino Outdoors does a TRO. They have a great selection of Lake X lures, creepers, pacemakers, and Weagles. Definitely want to check out Team Rhino Outdoors. They do a lot of really cool custom colors and everything that's for themselves. Of course, Musky Shop will have hog wobblers as well as some of the other selections for your purchasing. But again, take a look at these top waters for your fishing excursion and stick a big one on them. Coming up will be part 3 of the 5-part series. You have to check back to see what that one is, but we'll be getting that one done here pretty quick.
Let her go, boys.